And I'm also a shore support person for the Golden Rule Peace Boat. And want to welcome you all here. The Golden Rule arrived into the marina close to here, River Place Marina, this afternoon. And we have a member of the crew here right now, and we're going to start the program. We have a very, very special program tonight, very unique combination of wonderful speakers and music. And we're going to start off with music. We have David Rovics. I'm sure many of you know David. Wonderful singer-songwriter who's internationally known and happens, you're lucky enough that he lives here right in Portland. And we thank David for joining us. David's going to get us started.
Thank you, David.
So, I live in Portland and I'm completely out of practice performing for anybody. I just had a baby 2 months ago. I didn't have a baby, but I'm raising a baby. So all I'm doing is singing songs for the baby, which are usually, I'm finding, really short and repetitive, and you stay within a certain range so you can sing it really quietly, and then you just get quieter and then they fall asleep. It works lullabies. But here's a song about many of the people in this room. Everyone should know it happened a half-century ago, all across this sprawling nation. The rising of a generation started slow, then gained speed. Nobody knew where it would lead. First there were marches, then there were more. Way too many to keep score. They shut down classes, couldn't learn. Once they ascertained how napalm burned, they had to find out how to define. People stood up because they couldn't stand by. There were parades held by the military brass. There were cities filled with CS gas. Real wars, war games, recruitment centers up in flames. Light a match, then in a flash, draft cards turned to ash. Thousands moved across the border, refusing military orders. Every army base in the USA had an anti-war cafe. There are times when you just can't comply. People stood up because they couldn't stand by. Soldiers insisted on free will, put down their guns, refused to kill. Newspapers of the underground ubiquitously could be found across the country, across the sea, throughout the ranks of the military. Take a grenade, pull out the pin. Praise be to Ho Chi Minh. Another fragging every night, a war that many refused to fight. Bombs were falling, some asked why. People stood up because they couldn't stand by. With all their powers, shook inside their ivory towers. They were brought to their knees back then. That's why we don't have the draft again. Even back then, some of them knew they had to be careful what they tried to do. Rulers who miscalculate, lose control of their ship of state. In order to govern, you need consent, and all of that just up and went. In 68 came the reply. People stood up because they couldn't stand by. People stood up because they couldn't stand by. People stood up because they couldn't stand by.